Whiteout. Snow blurs boundaries, shifts our perception, covers irregularities, smooths a path, buries unwelcome news under an avalanche of inane trivia about the weather. Snow lies heavy on our senses, numbing, comforting in its chilly embrace. Frozen fingers of flakes and
Hello!
We sink deep.
Let's turn this music off. It's talking about snow. It's not the most appropriate weather for the weather for the weather. Basically, the weather's nice and the song's talking about snow. There we go. Let's close this door. Hello, good evening. Hope you're all good. Yeah. So what about that weather then? It is boiling here. I'm not even lying. It is so warm. Hello, Jelly Duck. How you doing? Nice to see you here. Yeah, it is so hot here. I would have my fan on if it wasn't noisy. And I don't know. I like warm weather within like a tolerance. And it is beyond the tolerance today. I'm in like my spare room and the door has to be closed so I can't hear the noise of the road, and the back window has to be closed because for some reason there's somebody in the street that likes playing the recorder at the moment, and a couple of days ago I went to go and record a video and it was somebody playing Jingle Bells on a recorder in the street. So I don't want like somebody to decide to like restart up their recorder orchestra whilst I'm trying to do a live stream, so everything's gotta be like shut, and now I'm like in a sort of small muggy room. But I hope that the weather is treating you all nicely, because it's pretty outstanding here, if you know, sweating is what you consider outstanding. So the plan for this evening, if there's a few of you who haven't been here before, what we normally do is we go through the travel news and see if there's any new travel updates. We'll then have a look at, yeah, Merry Christmas. We have a look at the travel news. We then have a segment called Dumb Laws, which it's been really hard to try and find the dumb laws this week, so it's going to be something else. And then, as per, we're going to do a travel quiz. And I've included some new format questions. So if you enjoy the format of the new question, then maybe on Monday I can make the whole quiz like that. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see if you enjoy it, if you like it and it's fun, then I'll give it a go. It takes like a weeny bit longer to make the questions, but I don't know, I've been in all day today anyway, so what's another day all inside all in day? What? Right, so before we get on with the news, there's a new video coming out at 7, so in just under an hour. The new video's thumbnail looks like that. So it's basically how to book your travel and organise your paperwork afterwards. So what order should you be booking things in? You know, should you book your flights first or should you book your hotel first, whatever. Basically saying what order you should book things in, and then once you've booked everything, what you should do with your paperwork. Spoiler alert, don't just throw it in your backpack, organise it nicely. This video is going to explain basically how I do it all and how I can book trips really quickly, because I don't have patience to like take hours over booking a trip. So how I can book a trip quickly, and then how I can organise the paperwork quickly, and then like literally you're ready to go on holiday. So, oh, that's that. Oh, and the music today was supplied by Jay's Free Chill Sounds. The link's in the description if you want to go check them out. If you are a YouTube channel and you're looking for new YouTube music, then go check them out. It's all copyright free as long as you leave attribution. So that was handy that I was on the screen, but back to that. Yeah, so we'll get into the travel news, I think. So there have been a few updates on the travel news. If I'm honest, I live in Wales, which is in the United Kingdom, and the lockdown rules are all very confusing, and I can see why people are getting confused by them, because honestly, it's like England, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales all have different rules on the lockdown, and we're all coming out of the lockdown at different paces. And Wales, even though we're quite low on how many cases of COVID-19 we're having, it seems to be the one that's taken the longest to come out of lockdown. So today, just in case you're interested in what's going on in the country that I live in, because I know not all of you live in Wales, but still, it's interesting to see like where different countries are on the sort of the journey of it. Our minister, what's he called? I don't know what he's called. He's not a prime minister. I don't know what he's called. The bloke in charge of Wales. He announced today that 2 households can meet. So I can go meet with another person out of another household, but that person needs to be living local to me, so I'm not allowed to travel more than 5 miles to go see a person, which is a little annoying considering my sister lives like 9 miles away. So is that still considered local? It's like, it's not really fair, this new rule that they're bringing out in Wales, that we can only travel 5 miles to go see people. It's not overly fair considering Wales is a very rural country, and 5 miles in Wales can literally be like, you know, you go through a village and then you go past a farm and then, I don't know, there's nothing. You know, you can literally be an only village in like a 5 mile radius, and you can't go to see anyone because there's nothing within a 5 mile radius of you. So it's not, the 5 mile radius thing isn't particularly fair, because like we are so rural, but this is the rules. We're still essentially in lockdown, apart from we can go 5 miles away from our house now to go see someone, from what I can get from the rules. The Welsh Conservatives called it arbitrary and cruel. Yeah. It's not really fair on some people whose like family live quite far, or not even that far, like, you know, 30 miles away. Say that their family live 30 miles away, they still can't go see their family, and it's been like 2 months now. And to be fair, the rate of infection and the numbers that we're getting in Wales, especially in Carmarthenshire where I live, they're not even that high really. We had no cases yesterday and one the day before. We're getting down now to sort of like base levels, and I know that it's great that, I guess we're trying to get rid of it before, so we can actually go out. The problem is that there are countries attached to us who aren't doing the same thing, and there's an open border between us, so I'm not quite sure how effective our approach is going to be when people from the open bordered countries are just, you know, can freely travel into our country, which at the moment they still can't do because we're only allowed to travel for essential travel pretty much, from what I can gather from what I read on the internet. And to be fair, it's all very confusing to me. Anyway, talking about travel, so there's still a lot of arguments and people being annoyed about the quarantine that's coming into place for if you travel from one country into the UK. The plan is, I think it's on June the 8th. They plan on bringing in a 14-day quarantine. So say now, for example, if I went to Italy for 2 nights, when I come back I need to go into a 14-day quarantine. And nearly 80 of the biggest names in travel and tourist industry have written to Priti Patel, urging her to ditch the unworkable, ill-thought-out and damaging 14-day quarantine plans. The 78 I can't read that word, whatever that word says, you can read it yourself, who include bosses of top hotels and travel firms, in the UK say quarantine is the very last thing the industry needs, as the government seeks to ease Britain out of lockdown and restart the economy. They warn the economic outlook is already grim and that quarantine will cause serious further damage to a sector that accounts for almost 4 million jobs, 11% of the country's entire workforce, and 9% of the UK's GDP. George Morgan Grenville, Chief Executive of tour operator Red Savannah, who led the appeal, said the quarantine plans are poorly thought out, wholly detrimental to the industry recovery, and are more or less unworkable. So basically they're saying that it's going to be worse for the tourism industry if they bring in this quarantine, which I agree with. Say now you go on a 2-week holiday to Spain, you come back, and you've basically got to take a month off because you need another 2 weeks off to go into quarantine. And I'm still all for these travel bubbles. I think that having bubbles between countries a travel bubble between countries that have similar outbreaks makes sense. Because, for example, if I went to Iceland, which has very low coronavirus, I'm more likely to get coronavirus in this country than I am in Iceland. So why am I coming back from a country that has low coronavirus into a country with high coronavirus and then going into quarantine? It doesn't make sense. There needs to be something more than just a sort of a whole ban on everything. I think they need to think about it a little bit further than they have. Yeah, so that's that. Another thing I've been looking at. Oh, there's an ad playing? I don't think so. Another thing we're looking at is TUI cancels hundreds of thousands of holidays as quarantine deadline approaches. So basically, TUI had previously asked departures up to the 11th of June, but the firm has now called off all holidays until the 1st of July at the earliest. I didn't have the window capture on. There we go. There's that. The thing is, with this, I think it's all of the travel holidays have moved their departures to the 1st of July. It basically gives them like a little bit of leeway with when they figure out the quarantine in the UK as well. So when the quarantine comes in, it gives them a couple of weeks to figure out what's actually going to happen, and then they can potentially start travelling again. But if we do have this quarantine happening when you come back into the UK, I can't see many people wanting to go on holiday in the summer, if I'm honest. So like, how many more flights are we gonna have to cancel in the summer? I don't know. And then this last page that I've showed basically shows all the job cuts that are happening because of COVID-19, and a lot of them are in travel, like EasyJet plans up to 4,500 job cuts, Boeing job cuts, P&O ferries, BA job cuts, General Electric job cuts, that's HSBC. See, even car companies run out because we're not travelling so much. A lot of places like that are having to cut jobs. Rolls-Royce, they make airplane engines, job cuts. Yeah, it's all a little bit worrying, but we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that the travel industry can pick up quite quick because I want to travel again, and I'm not willing to go into a 2-week quarantine for a 2-day trip over to a country that doesn't have many coronavirus cases, if I am honest. And that's the news. I still need to come up with some kind of theme tune for the news. I think it'd be fun. Anyway, we're going on to the dumb law section of the live stream. This section is normally dumb laws, but I couldn't find many dumb laws on Greece, and I don't know if it's because they don't have dumb laws or because they don't publicise the dumb laws or what, but yeah, it was hard to find them. So today we're doing weird facts about Greece, and the facts aren't really that weird either, but we're doing them anyway. On the good side, the planet is recovering. Yes, from us not travelling so much, the planet is recovering, which is good news. But at the same time, I still want to travel. Anyway, we're going to go into weird facts about Greece. You asked for dumb laws, I could not present them, so you're getting weird facts instead. Just in case some of you don't know where Greece is, because I don't know who's on the live stream. Greece is window capture here. So it is basically, it's bordered by Albania, North Macedonia, Bulgaria, and Istanbul, and Italy's to the west of it. It is in Europe, but like in the very south in the Mediterranean Sea. And it is lovely. And I'm very, very biased about it because I love Greece. But yeah. When I go on holiday to Greece, because I know that if you watch my videos, you see that I travel to Greece a lot over the past couple of years. I travel to this island here, which is Rhodes or Rhodos, and it's not that far from Turkey at all. I also go to this island here called Simi. What a beautiful island Simi is. Do you know, if you ever get the opportunity to go to Simi, I would recommend it. What a beautiful place. But anyway, that is Greece. Let's do weird facts about Greece. Fact 1. Let me have a look at the Santorini is beautiful. I've heard that Santorini is beautiful. Santorini is the picture in the background of the facts. And fact number 1, 40% of the total population of Greece resides in the capital of Athens. That's up on the mainland. I'll go back to window capture quick. Window capture, there we go. So Athens is up here on the mainland, and 40% of the population of Greece lives in the mainland, which is crazy considering how big Greece is and how many like little islands there are. Rhodes, never been. My next destination. Yes, go to Rhodes. It is beautiful, honestly. I've never been to Santorini, so I can't really say that it's nicer than it, but it is. I promise. I've been to 3 Greek islands altogether. I've been to Kos, I've been to Kefalonia, and I've been to Rhodes. And I think I'm gonna say that Rhodes is the nicest, even though the other 2 are lovely as well. Anyway, so 40% of the total population of Greece resides in the capital, Athens. Fact number 2, there are more tourists in Greece than Greeks during the summer, which is crazy. Fact number 3, Greek is the oldest written language that is still in existence. And the Greek writing isn't like normal alphabet. It's kind of got its own sort of alphabet. Let's go back. I got some talk about it. So the Greek language is unique and has continuously been used for more than 5,000 years. This makes it the oldest written language still in existence, at least when you're looking at archaeological findings. Emma said that she loved Greece too. She went for the first time last year and it was beautiful. Yes, it is beautiful. I agree. Fact number 4, the Olympic Games were originated in ancient Greece. I've been to where the first Olympic Games were held. It's called Olympia. It is pretty cool. I ran the 100 metres. This was back when I was... How old was I when I went to... Maybe 10? I'm going to go for a stab in the dark and say it was 10 when I went there. Fact number 5. The ancient Greeks invented the theatre too. So not just the Olympics, they also invented theatre. Fact number 6. You're never more than 85 miles from the coast in Greece. Because it's a very, very coastal, well, it's all islands pretty much, apart from a little bit of mainland. Wherever you go in Greece, you're never more than 85 miles from the ocean. That's why Greece is well known as a ocean destination. Oh, there we go. My aunt just answered me. I was 9 when I went to Olympia. Because she came with me. Or I went with her, probably. Yeah, that's more like it. I went with her. It's not like I was going to Greece and she tagged along. Fact number 7. Greece experiences more than 250 days of sunshine each year. And if you want to put that into comparison with another country, in comparison, Wales has 180 days of rain a year. Yay! That is disgusting to look at. Imagine, Greece has only 70 days more, but they have, so if Wales had 70 days more rain, we'd be equal on sun and rain with them. And 70 days isn't that much really. It's, why is Wales so horrible with its weather? I'm gonna move to Greece. I'm fed up with the rain. I say that, earlier on I was just moaning about how hot it was and the fact that it was too warm and I'm sweating and I hate it. And then I'm like, oh, I hate the rain as well. I hate it when it's cold. I hate it when it's hot. I need to decide what I hate, because it seems like I hate all the weather. So regardless of what happens, and if the weather's nice or if it's horrible, I'm just going to moan anyway. So there's no point moving to Greece for the weather, because I'll just moan that it's too sunny all the time. Fact number 8. Voting is required by law for all Greek residents aged 18 years or older. Basically, you don't opt into voting and you can't opt out of voting. You have to vote, and that's that. That's the law. Law 9. Not law 9. I've got them written down as law because normally they're laws. Fact 9. The official name of the country is the Hellenic Republic since the abolition of the Greek monarchy in 1973. So it's not actually called Greece, it's called the Hellenic Republic. Typical British complaining about the weather regardless of what the weather is. Yeah, pretty much. I'm stereotypical, 100% stereotypical British when it comes to that. Not even going to deny it. And law number 10. Not law, fact number 10. Well, that did that wrong, didn't it? That image is meant to be at the bottom. So this is information about the Greek flag. That's the Greek flag, by the way. And the 9 stripes are said to represent the number of syllables in the Greek phrase. Shall we give it a go? Eleftheria Thanatos, translating as liberty or death. The battle cry of the final revolt against the Ottoman occupation in 1821. Unlike most national flags, there's no official shade of colour stipulated. Any blue may be used. So they don't really care about what colour blue you put on the flag, as long as it's blue. Which is pretty cool, because I know there's some countries who are really think you use Pantone shade 1857, otherwise, you are unpatriotic or whatever. Whereas the Greeks don't really care. Just do what you want. And that is Greek facts. Weird Greek facts, but they're not really weird. They're just facts about Greece. And I needed to put a word in the, yeah. weird facts about Grace. Right, we're going to be starting the quiz in a few minutes, so if you want to get your pen and paper ready, if you're going to join in. It's going to be 10 questions. Basically, how it's going to work is, I'm going to read the questions out, you're going to write down your answers on your piece of paper. I'm then going to go through the answers and you take a cross if you've got them right. And at the end, we'll all say our what scores that we got. Whilst I'm saying the answers, you're welcome to put the answers in the chat as well. Don't put the answers in the chat when I'm reading the questions out for the first time, to give everybody a chance of being able to answer them. Some of them are a little bit tricky, some of them are a little bit easy. I've done a nice sort of mix today, so hopefully you won't find them too hard. Some of them are really interesting. You know that I like doing really interesting questions, so they're not necessarily questions that I would know the answer to. I just find the answer really interesting. Yeah, and as usual, I plan on doing little trivia to go with them, and I have not had time. What a busy day! I have had such a busy day. I literally didn't get dressed out of my pyjamas until about 5 minutes before this live stream, because I woke up, I went downstairs, I had breakfast, and then I did some things, and then I came up to the computer, and I've just been doing stuff almost constantly, apart from lunchtime. What a busy day. Anyway, we're going to start the quiz now, so hopefully you've all got your pen and your paper ready, and let's just get into the quiz. Oh, actually, before the quiz, if you've got any idea... Oh no, we're going to be doing Dumb Laws of America. And then somebody suggested a place. On Monday, we're going to be doing Dumb Laws of America. And then, what were we doing on Friday? Somebody gave me a suggestion of a place that they wanted Dumb Laws of. And I've forgotten. So if you've got any... if you have places that you want to know Dumb Laws on, or if I can't find Dumb Laws, weird facts on, write them in the chat, please. Bonnie is watching me. Hello, Bonnie. Bonnie is the cat. Hello, Bonnie. Nice to see you. Yeah, so let's get into the questions. So question 1. Which continent is the only one not to have ants? Yeah, alright. How do I give a clue without giving away the answer too much? Let me have a look. I know, we'll do the trivia as we go along. There we go. There we go. I googled it, and Google says that this place is windy. It has abundant resources, massive mountains and hidden lakes, and a trench deeper than the Grand Canyon. There we go. Don't write the answers in the chat yet. We're going to... Oh, was it Lithuania, Australia? Oh, maybe it was Australia. I think it was Australia. Let me write it down. So, dumb facts of America. And then Australia. There we are. Brilliant. Thank you. Yes, it was... No, they weren't giving away... By the way, what they were talking about in the chat wasn't the answer to the question. It was the answer to me asking about Dumb Laws, and it was Australia. So yes, thank you. Right. So which continent is the only one not to have ants? And it's windy there. Apparently, to Google says that it is. Question number 2. Name one of the 4 presidents whose heads are carved into Mount Rushmore. Literally any one of them. And the thing is, you can see their faces as well. And a lot of people, I think, even if you haven't been to America, like, I think a lot of people can recognise the people by their faces, so I think this is enough of a clue for this one. You're literally seeing the mountain. It looks really cool though. I hadn't properly looked at Mount Rushmore until I was looking for pictures for this quiz, and it looks really cool. Like, I really like to go see it. Like, the idea of it, like, I don't know if the idea is really cool or if it's just really creepy. Like, can you imagine it being really dark and then just seeing, like, faces in mountains? I don't know, maybe I've just, like, changed my mind and maybe I don't want to go. So name one of the 4 presidents whose heads are carved into Mount Rushmore. Just one of them, you don't need to name all 4. Question 3. What was the original purpose of the Leaning Tower of Pisa? And this one is kind of a clue, because it looks like it's by a church building. Pisa is in Italy. I'm just getting my trivia. 11 things you did not know about the Leaning Tower of Pisa. The lean did not happen up. Oh my gosh, there's like all sorts of pop-ups happening on this. It's not the only Leaning Tower in Pisa. The tower has leaned in multiple directions. You can climb to the top of the tower. That's really cool. Anyway, what was the original purpose of the Leaning Tower of Pisa? Question 4. What is the scientific name for the Northern Lights? And as far as I know, there's like a Northern Lights and like a Southern Lights, and the first name of the both of them is the same. Southern Lights. Let me have a look. Yes, so the Southern Lights and the Northern Lights, the first word for them is both the same, so it's 2 words for the Northern Lights, its scientific name, and the first word is the same as the Southern Lights first word. Yeah. So what is the scientific name for the Northern Lights? I've only seen the Northern Lights once, and I saw it from an aeroplane. No, I haven't only seen it once. I've seen it a few times, but I've seen it from an aeroplane, flying from Vancouver back to London. It's pretty, but I'd like to see it more like from the ground and more of like the different colours, because the time that I saw it, they were, it was just green. It was like green light dancing in the sky. It was very pretty. Question 5. What is the average percentage of salt in the Dead Sea? So these are your choices: 33%, 24%, or 21%. Which one do you think it is? Dead Sea. Trivia. 10 things you did not know about the Dead Sea. The surface and shores of the Dead Sea are 423 metres below sea level, making it the Earth's lowest elevation on land. That's interesting. The Dead Sea is 377 metres deep, making it the deepest hypersaline lake in the world. The next one says how much salt is in it, which makes it one of the world's saltiest bodies of water. I'm not going to read out the figure because it's the answer. What else we got? Anything else interesting? The Dead Sea is roughly 8.6 times saltier than the ocean. So if you know how salty the ocean is, times it by 8.6 and that's your answer. Question 6. Name Italy's most popular frozen dessert. And you know what? It's not just Italy's most popular, it is Kim's most popular as well. I love it. I love this dessert. And without like talking too much into it, because if I talk too much about it, it's gonna give away what it is. But oh my gosh, the best place that I've ever had this dessert was in Greece, and it was potentially the best thing that I've ever eaten in my life. It was so amazing. Yes, so name Italy's most popular frozen dessert. And I must have been getting like hungry by this point, because I'm pretty sure I had lunch like after I did question 7. Question 7, what's the popular Mexican dish of meat, rice, vegetables, beans and a selection of condiments wrapped in a tortilla called? And because I'm nice, I posted a picture of it as well. So, do you know what it's called? That thing that's on the screen? So, what is the popular Mexican dish of meat, rice, vegetables, beans and a selection of condiments wrapped in a tortilla called? Or if your name's Kim, what is the popular Mexican dish of vegetables, rice, vegetables, beans and vegetables called? Not wrapped in a tortilla, because I normally have it all in a bowl. Yes. Question 8. Which London bridge spans 800 foot in length and has 2 towers that are each 213 foot tall? And if you know what bridge it is, the picture is there. So it's, if you know what it is, then you can see the picture of what it is. To be fair, I don't know the name of the London bridges, so even if you gave me a picture of the bridge, I still wouldn't know which one it was. To me, this would be a guess question answer. But if you know London, which London bridge spans 800 foot in length and has 2 towers that are each 213 foot tall? I've been over this bridge on a double-decker bus. Interesting fact. I went on a tour in London. If you go to London, this is a good thing to know, by the way. There's a tour company called Mega Sightseeing, and you can get a tour of London for a £5. It takes you all around London in like a big loop. It takes about 2 hours, and there's a recording, and it basically gives you like the history of places and takes you all around London. And when I went there by myself, I didn't really know London that well. And honestly, this tour was probably one of the best investments that I did when I went to London. I did it as one of the first things when I went there. And I knew my way all around London then, because I went on this tour. So if you're going to go to London, I recommend going on that tour as one of the first things that you do. And it really gives you like, you can kind of figure out where things are in relation to other things then, because that's the problem I had. Somebody would be like, oh yeah, it's up like, you know, whatever. And I'm like, well, I don't know where that is in relation to like Victoria Court Station. I have no idea. But after I went on that tour, it gave me a good idea of where things are in relation to other things. So yeah, that wasn't anything, but which London Bridge spans 800 foot in length and has 2 towers that are each 213 foot tall? Question 9. What country is this flag from? Let's see if I can get trivia from it, which doesn't give away what it is. I'm trying to find like some facts about it that doesn't give away where it is or what country it is. Too much? Its land border is 20,241 kilometers long. The world's world's most polluted city is in this country. This country shares a border with 14 countries. And the lowest point of this country is a sea. There we go. I think that's enough trivia for you. So what country is this flag from? Question 10. This is the new style question I was talking about. If you would like to have a whole quiz where the questions are like this. Basically, name the missing landmark. I'm stood in front of a landmark, blocking it from view. What landmark am I blocking from view? A bit of a clue. The flag for the country's on the picture. Which I didn't notice until I set it all up and I was like, hey, whatever. This is just like a test question. So if you enjoyed this question, maybe on Monday we can do a whole quiz of just these sort of questions. Let me know in the chat. You don't have to tell me now. You can tell me at the end. It's fine. But name the missing landmark, and you're not getting any trivia on this country. You can just zoom in on the frame and try and find the flag. And that is the end of the quiz. Yeah, so we'll go back through the quiz now and see how many answers everybody's got. And yeah, see how we're doing. I'll give you... Oh, first thing, anybody have any questions that they need me to go back over? Let me know in the chat. So what I'll do is I'll talk for like 30 seconds to a minute. If you have any questions that you missed and you need me to re-go over, let me know which question that is in the chat on the side. Maybe for a minute I will talk about the new video. So if there's any new people in the chat, there's a new video going live in less than 20 minutes. It is how to organise your travel. So basically we're going to be looking at the best way to book holidays, DIY holidays, and then how to organise the paperwork after. So what order do you book things in? How do you make it so that it's easy for you to... Basically ways that you can just go through booking your holiday really quickly and it's not a bother and everything's organised and it's nice and easy. Just quick ways to sort out the organisation of your holiday. Because I'm lazy, I don't like to take too long about booking stuff. I just like to get it done. Emma would like question 4 and question 8 again. Question 4 is, what is the scientific name for the Northern Lights? Anybody else have any questions they want to see as well, or is it just with question 4 and question 8? So question 4, what is the scientific name for the Northern Lights? Question 8, which London bridge spans 800 foot in length and has 2 towers that are each 213 foot tall? So which London bridge spans 800 foot in length and has 2 towers that are each 213 foot tall? I'm going to take that as last call and nobody wants any of the questions. So we'll go straight into answers. And you can write in the comments now if you want to say the answers for the questions as I'm going through them. And if I catch somebody asking for a question before I've got there on the chat, I'll go back over it again. Question 1. Which continent is the only one not to have ants? And to be fair, this kind of makes sense, but I didn't think of the answer. It is Antarctica. The country, the continent that has the name of the ant in its name is the only one that doesn't have them. I guess it's too cold for ants to live there. Yeah, it's weird to think that there's a place with no ants. Antarctica. So name one of the 4 presidents whose heads are carved into Mount Rushmore. And the answers are George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt and Abraham Lincoln. So George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Ah, you put in Antarctica and then changed your answer last minute. Change it back, quick. Nobody saw. Change your answer back to Antarctica. So that's the answer to question 2. Question 3. What was the original purpose of the Leaning Tower of Pisa? It was a bell tower. Yeah. I don't know what to say about that. I just think it's cool that you can climb to the top. I like climbing the top of things. Question 4. What is the scientific name for the Northern Lights? And the answer to this is Aurora Borealis. I think Aurora means light, and I don't know what Borealis means. Let me have a look. What does Aurora Borealis mean? Okay, it's told me what aurora means, which is light in the sky. Okay, so in Latin, Aurora Borealis means morning light coming up from the north. And then you've got the southern lights, which is Aurora Australis, which is morning light coming from the south. So there we are, that's what it means. Morning light coming from the north. Very nice. Question 5. What is the average percentage? What is the average percentage of salt in the Dead Sea? And the answer is 33%. That is a lot. That's like a third salt. Can you imagine if your dinner was a third salt? That'd be disgusting. Anyway, that's the answer to that one. Just realised that my questions are jumped. There we go. Fine, sorted. So the average percentage of salt in the Dead Sea is 33%. Question 6. Name Italy's most popular frozen dessert. And it is gelato. And like I said, the best gelato I've ever had in my life was in Greece. There's a little gelato place in Old Rhodes town, and they do gelatos that are so nice. They do like Snickers gelato, Nutella gelato, like almost any flavour of anything you can think of, they probably do a gelato. They do like fruit flavour ones as well, but I'm only in it for the chocolate ones, if I'm honest. Question 7. What is the popular Mexican dish of meat, rice, vegetables, beans, and selection of condiments wrapped in tortilla called? And the answer is burrito. Valentina, you got the gelato question right? I'd hope so. You've never heard of gelato? Gelato is basically a much nicer version of ice cream. Yeah, pretty much. It's just really nice, creamy, way nicer ice cream. Like good quality ice cream. And the answer to number 7 is burrito. You missed Chipotle. Yeah, same. I miss Chipotle too. Chipotle is a American Mexican chain of restaurants in the US, and there's a few in the UK now as well, and the food is very nice. If you get a chance to go to a Chipotle, I would recommend. Answer to question 8. So, which London bridge spans 800 foot in length and has 2 towers that are each 213 foot tall? The answer is Tower Bridge. Nathalie, hello, nice to see you. Nice stream. Greetings from Nathalie's world. We should clap all together too. Hey Nathalie, nice to see you. Valentina's here too, so good to see it. Well, yeah, we people of knowledge of each other are in here. Yes. So which London bridge spans 800 foot in length and has 2 towers that are each 213 foot tall? Tower Bridge. Valentina, you knew the Tower Bridge one. You live in London. I would hope that you would. Well, you don't have to know the names of the bridges, but you live in London, so. Question 9. Which country is this flag from? And the answer is Russia. Yeah. Not much to say about that. And name the missing landmark. Right, I gotta figure out how to move my face out the way now. So, the missing landmark is the Statue of Liberty. Oh, I just moved my face everywhere. There we go. Just move me out the way. And then, because this is the first time I'm doing this, you're gonna have to bear with me. Statue of Liberty. Why is that moved? There we go. Yeah, cool. So that's the answer to everything. So I hope you enjoyed the quiz. I enjoyed making the quiz again. And this last question, like I said earlier, if you enjoyed the question or how the question was displayed, then I'm perfectly fine with making a whole quiz where it's just trying to figure out the hidden landmarks. So if you want me to do a quiz like that, where you've got to guess the landmarks, but part of it's like obscured, then I'd be down to making a quiz like that. So let me know in the comments down below. 5 out of 10, well done Emma, that's really good. You got the Antarctica one wrong. Which one did you get right though? Tell me which one you got right. John Collins got 8 out of 10. Very good, well done. All the scores. Jay's Free Chill Sounds got 8 out of 10 as well. Very good. My chat is a little bit delayed. I don't know if you noticed. There's a little bit of a lag between when you say stuff and when I get your answer. There's not much I can do about it, sorry. Congrats. Yeah, so at the moment we've got John Collins and Jay's Free Chill Sounds at equal pegging. So anybody gonna swoop in and take the crown, or are they joint winners tonight? Right, it is 6:53 according to my clock up in the corner. So we're going to be going in... Ooh. Valentina, 7 out of 10, very good. That's a really good score. We're going to be going in just over 5 minutes, there we go. But like I like to do sometimes if we got some spare time, we're going to have a look quickly at what the plan for the videos for the next few weeks is going to be. I'm not quite sure if we had a plan on what was happening with the channel last time I did the live stream. I can't remember if I'd sorted out the videos for the next month. But let's see if I can get my... If anybody's interested in what I use to organise myself with YouTube, I use an app called Asana. And Asana is really handy. I'll show it up on here. It's 12, gone midnight, so 12:23 where you live. Wow, that is late. I can't stay awake like much later than about 11 at the moment. Oh, so window capture. So I know a few of you do YouTube videos, so this is how I organise my YouTube videos. It is an online app called Asana. you can see that I've got a few boards which they organise different things. So I've got one for YouTube, one for IGTV, two for live streams because I still haven't sorted that out, and one for business. So we're going to have a look at the next few videos that are coming out. I don't want to give too many away. There we go. We'll move these over so you can see them. So today's video coming out is keeping organised whilst travel. The next video coming out on Monday is travel apps and the best ones to use. If you have any travel apps that you think are that you find really handy when you're travelling, I'd be really interested if you'd put them down in the chat. I'd like to see, because I don't use many travel apps, and I'm always open to learning more apps and more things to make travel more streamlined. We were together in Valentina's video for the best countries to visit in 2020. Yes, we were. I remember. You did Bangkok, didn't you? Because I know you just said you're from Bangkok, but your video was about Bangkok as well, wasn't it? I did mine on Rhodes in Greece. But do you know what? Venice would have done a pretty close second. Yeah, so if you've got any travel apps that you use that you think would be handy for me to at least look at, not necessarily include in the video, but at least look at, it'd be cool to like your suggestions in the chat. Also, then I'm going to be doing a frequently asked questions about travel video. So if you have any questions about travel that you want answered, then that's going to be the video that I'm going to answer them in, basically. Then we're doing travel misconceptions. So things that people assume about travel that aren't necessarily correct. And then the one after that is worst case scenarios in travelling. So this one's like a little bit of a grim subject, but the thing is, stuff does happen when you're travelling, and it's about how best to encounter those situations if they do happen. Things such as, what do you do if your passport gets stolen when you're abroad? Or what do you do if something happens and you need to get hold of the consulate? How would you get hold of the consulate? That's what that video is going to be all about. Line map. Oh, I got line map when I was in Madrid. Is that the one with the scooters? Because I was terrible on those scooters. And Google Translate, yes. Do you know what though? Talking about Madrid again, I was on a trip in Madrid, and I'm vegetarian, so I need to tell people I'm vegetarian to ask what food I can eat, and they weren't understanding what Google Translate was translating vegetarian into. And then I'm trying to like go, no meat, I don't know meat, and they're like, oh, this, and I'm like, no, that's got meat in. And then they were like, do you want this? And it was like a tuna baguette, and I'm like, it's still got meat in it. So I think next time when I go travelling, I need to be a little bit more prepared when it comes to like telling people that I don't want to eat meat, because Google Translate's really good for a lot of things, but it let me down when I wanted to get food in Madrid. Happy Co-op, yes, I've heard of that one. That's the one with the vegetarian and vegan, the vegetarian and vegan restaurants, isn't it? Well, so, right. The live stream is almost done. So what we're going to do now is, what would be cool is if you can give this live stream a thumbs up. That would be cool. I would enjoy that. And we're going to go now over to the new video that's coming out. The new video that is coming out now is new video. This one, organise your travel. I think this one's a good one for if you're going to book your own holidays and how best to organise it. Because I know that when I started booking my own holidays, I was kind of like scatter, not really knowing what I'm doing, just sort of like going for it and having no particular organisation to it. But now I've got like, I think I've got a really good system in place to get my holidays booked quickly whilst doing it myself. How often do I go live? I go live twice a week. I go live every Monday and Friday at 6 p.m. And we tend to do travel news, travel quizzes, dumb laws of countries or fun facts of countries. We do all sorts of things. I am open to new suggestions of things that we can do in the live stream as well. And I have been wonderful. I am so brave. Oh, Valentina, that's so nice. How often do I upload every week? I upload twice a week. So I upload 7 p.m. every Monday and Friday, or around 7, like whenever I stop talking, then I upload. So whenever I shut up, the new video will go up. So we're gonna go over to the new video now. Well, there we go. We'll get the right one. YouTube.com. There we go. So you can watch me put my video live. You can also look at what my suggested videos are as well. YouTube Studio. We'll get there. Videos. So I'm now going to go into the video. I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to not put it in the chat. Oh yeah, I've got a chat. Here we go. So there's the new video in the chat. And I'm going to put it in a playlist because I haven't even done that yet. Terrible. What a terrible YouTuber. And then public. Done. Save. New video's up. Now, there we go. So the new video's up. It would be really cool to go see you over there. If you are interested in watching that video, the link is in the description. It'd be cool if you could comment and thumbs up that video as well. Because it would be nice. I'm gonna be in the chat for a while, not the chat, the new comments. So if you do comment on the new video, I'll be responding pretty quickly to the comments there. So if you want to carry on the discussion, then over on that video is the place to go. But it's been really nice to have you all here this evening. I've had fun again, and it's really cool when new people pop in to the live stream. So thank you, Natalie, for coming along. It was nice having you here. And it'd be nice if you have the opportunity to come back again in the future. It'd be really cool to see you again. And obviously the rest of you, Valentina and and Alcy and John Collins and Jay's Free Chill Sounds. It was nice to see you all again as well. You are so productive. You should not sleep to create so many. Do you know what? I sleep too much, if I'm honest. But I'll see you over on the new video, and I hope you all have a really nice weekend, and I'll see you again on Monday with the live stream at 6